Welcome to a new Team CGC 9.8 video. So one of the bigger niches I've noticed in comic book collecting is, you got a lot of guys and probably a couple ladies too, buying these hot lady superhero covers. Yeah, they're so collectible. So, I thought it would be a good idea to get a list together of 7 hot lady CGC 9.8 comic books that you can buy and hold forever. Another good thing about the list too is most of these books are quite affordable in the 9.8. I think, you get a really good pride of ownership from these hot lady covers and a pretty great price, I think, when, certainly in this hot CGC 9.8 comic book market. And a lot of these books in the 9.8 too are like way more popular than I thought they ever were. Like I knew they were well collected and I've noticed them on Instagram and, people posting them and things like that, which is great. But I did not realize that there were so many 9.8s for some of them on the census, where they pretty much become kind of key issues. Okay, so a full list of 7, really hot lady covers to get into here. Really quick, I would invite you to join the team and subscribe to Team CGC 9.8. I would love to have you on our comic book collecting and comic book investing team. Hit the bell for all the latest notifications and add me on Instagram and Twitter as well. So first book on the list here. Such a cool cover, and it's by the artist Shannon Mayer, who's really just nails some of these portrait style covers. So I'm going to go with Guardians of the Galaxy #1. This is a new comic from March 2020, from 2020 here. Guardians of the Galaxy #1. It's the Comment Mint Virgin edition that we'll talk about. Shannon Mayer doing, a gorgeous kind of Gamora cover here. Yeah, just, nailing the proportions and looks so good. Yeah, Shannon Mayer, he does these portrait style covers so well, especially in the ladies, some of them. For this one, pretty well collected. It's a brand new book, just coming out in March here. 76 in the CGC 9.8 in the Virgin variant edition here, the Comic Mint Virgin edition it's called. 96% of them are 9.8s. This is kind of typical of some of these new books that just go right to CGC from the printing press pretty much. But in the Virgin edition, I think there's one still on eBay actually for $100. Yeah, CGC 9.8 doesn't really have good shipping to Canada because at 100, like even I'm kind of tempted. But if you like this cover, $100 I think is fair in the Virgin edition. If you're more on a budget, there's the trade dress, which is the same cover. It just says Guardians of the Galaxy at the top kind of thing. And that's a little bit less rare, but in the 9.8, I think I saw that one go for about $50 in the CGC 9.8. So if you're more on a budget, that one might be one to consider. But the Virgin variant in the 9.8 white page is looking pretty good. If you want it now, one on eBay for $100. Maybe you're more patient in an auction, you get it like closer to $90 or maybe $80 if you're super lucky. But yeah, super cute one to have. Yeah, I kind of just love her look. She's looking really hot on this cover. Gamora. Next one here is a Spider-Gwen #9. Yeah, Spider-Gwen #9. Talking about it's the ComicXposure edition by J. Scott Campbell. And J. Scott Campbell is just really renowned for drawing ladies, basically. I think kind of all starting with like Gen 13 back in the early 90s. Some of those I remember those as a kid, and I was, kind of blown away, certainly at that age. But he's continue on, and just a super cute Spider-Gwen cover. And she's looking hot on this one. 40 CGC 9.8s in the blue label for this one. 72.7%, the 9.8 ratio. Yeah, this one I feel, because the price, it's right around $100. I think there might even be one on eBay for $100. Maybe I'm getting the first two kind of mixed up, but right around $100. I think this one makes a lot of sense. I have a feeling this one could become quite collected. I certainly like it. I think she looks super hot, and I just think, this one for $100 probably makes sense here. You'd really love the cover, get some great pride of ownership, and this one could be sort of in the 150 to 200 area as time goes on, I think, just because, she's just super hot on this one. And Spider-Gwen #9, definitely a hot lady cover to consider in the 9.8, right around 100. Yeah, these first two, right around $100, like pretty affordable for kind of the pride of ownership I think you'd get on these hot lady covers. So next one here is a Batgirl #23. And I want to talk about the variant cover. That's what it says on the census, or that's what it's labeled on the CGC label, the variant cover by Josh Middleton. Yeah, this is a really popular one for good reason. She looks super cute. The art is just fantastic. How these guys do the, some of these portrait art is kind of beyond me, but very talented, I think. This one is again, just looking so cute, the whole look of it, I think. 717 CGC 9.8s in the blue label. So this is one where I was like, oh my God, 717 in the 9.8. So well collected, yeah, and I just think, everyone has that sort of initial impression of just loving the cover so much. 84.2% is the 9.8 ratio, so it being a newer book, it's not even rare in the 9.8. For this one, in 9.8 though, the range I'm seeing for completed listings is about 150 to 180. So if you want it now, 180, I think, I don't know if there's one on eBay right now, but 180 is kind of, quite a few seem to be selling in that area, where one auction was like 151, I think it was, I was seeing. So I think that's about the range there. Yeah, this one getting up to that next level of price, I think, in the 9.8, because it is just so wanted, for good reason, I think, to be honest. Yeah, Batgirl 23, the variant cover, 717 of them out there, so you can be patient on this one. If you miss one, there'll probably be another 9.8 popping up on eBay with 717 out there. That kind of surprised me, yeah. I think it's pretty much a legit key issue, pretty much. Yeah, Batgirl 23, great Josh Middleton cover. Okay, next one here is a really sexy cover, I thought. It's X-Men #2 from January of this year, January 2020. And I want to talk about the Lee Virgin edition. It's by, Ji Hyung Lee. So he, a well-followed artist. He's definitely got some absolute great covers out there. This one of Psylocke is just super sexy, I think, and just nailed it on this cover. Yeah, there's getting to be quite a few 9.8s out there, so I think it's, some other people thinking the same as me. 44 9.8s in the blue label. 95.7% the 9.8 ratio. Just, new books kind of going right to CGC. They're not really rare in the 9.8. Seeing completed listings for this one around $120. And I think this one's one of the hottest kind of Psylocke covers going. Next one we'll get into, another one, I think kind of my two favorite Psylocke covers that I know about. This one is right up there though. It's a kind of a new book, but hopefully even if you're really patient on this one, maybe you get it closer to 100, but already becoming really collected in this sort of niche. Yeah, there's a lot of collectors out there that I think are really just love these hot lady covers, and I can understand why. Yeah, so next one here, another Psylocke one I mentioned. It's Uncanny X-Men #1 from January of last year, so 2019 in January, so pretty new one here. It's the Campbell variant cover D I want to talk about, because she's looking cute on this one. Lots of great colors. I love J. Scott Campbell because he's still kind of got those 90s vibes a little bit, so kind of getting 90s vibes from this one, which is great for me. Great looking cover. She looks super hot, and like her little tushy is looking super hot as well, I gotta say. There's 20 of these in the 9.8. Yeah, this one maybe not as well known, but interesting on the prices for this one we'll get into. 91% the 9.8 ratio. 1 of 20 out there in the blue label. I saw a signature series sell of this one in an auction for $182.50. So signed by J. Scott Campbell in the CGC 9.8. So, I think the blue label is going to be right around $100 for this one. So I think this is another one that, you can look at, maybe 120, 125. It seems to be a little bit more rare, but another one that you can get for an affordable price, and a really hot cover that I think you can enjoy having in your collection for sure. And I think she's super hot on this one. Okay, next one is a classic. Yeah, it's certainly becoming kind of a modern classic, I think. Power Girl 27. Yeah, this is, it's a Warren Liu, the cover artist. And this has become really well collected. One of the ones there's so many on the census, it's almost like a key issue now. But with this one, I never read Power Girl, to be honest. But, I mean, if you're a boob guy, this is, I guess, the cover to get. So, there's 139 CGC 9.8s out there in the blue label. So again, well collected, and a couple of people on the team have messaged me this one in the 9.8, looking pretty sharp in the 9.8. 36.4% the 9.8 ratio, which is looking pretty good actually for a modern comic book. Yeah, this one coming out in 2011, I believe it was. Yeah, 36.4% of them are CGC 9.8s. That's nice and low. Yeah, this one Definitely fits, the mold of more of an investment grade book maybe, but I don't know if these are investment books though. You kind of want to think of them as more just fun collector items, I think. For Power Girl 27 in the 9.8, completed listings, $265 to some going for over $300 too. Yeah, I think $319.99 I might have saw. One in an auction going for $265. So given that the 9.8 ratio is pretty low, that means it's a pretty well wanted book. There's quite a lot graded for only 139 of them out there. So yeah, I think this one getting a little up there in price, but yeah, if you really like this cover and you're into the lady covers, this might be one to get. Hopefully closer to $265, I would say, rather than over $300 in the 9.8 would be my recommend. Okay, last one here on the list is an interesting one because it's so expensive now, and I think maybe this is one you don't want to buy, but it's hot. Like, yeah, it's a great hot cover. Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1, and it's the Ji Hyung Lee variant. On the CGC label, it's the Lee variant cover, and it's a 1 of 100 variant, so a really rare variant for this book. So I think you put in that rare variant, like there's not a lot of them out there, being it's a 1 of 100 variant. Mix it in with the cover just really becoming wanted. Yeah, like there's nothing else to say except that she's looking really cute, really hot, and the proportions and art is just fantastic. So this one's becoming really wanted. We'll get into the price in the CGC 9.8, which kind of amazed me. 156 9.8s out there in the blue label. So a 1 of 156. It's pretty popular for sure. 72.5% the 9.8 ratio. So it's pretty much a brand new book. So not too bad on the 9.8 ratio. I saw a completed listing for this one for $1,249 in the CGC 9.8. So there's a lot of books that I want more than this for $1,249 or less. So yeah, this one maybe just a sign of the times. Everything Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen is heating up so much with the anticipation of the Into the Spider-Verse 2 movie, which I'm really looking forward to as well. But this is a rare variant, so I could maybe because this is really rare, maybe this fits in that sort of a Venom 3 third print price range, which is like $800 I would say right now in the CGC 9.8. But $1,249 just seems like a lot, and even $800 kind of seems like a lot too. There's not really a big first appearance or anything, I don't think, on this. Just a great hot cover, yeah, and it just goes to show you, like, some of these hot lady covers are absolutely well collected, and there's a huge niche for them out there. Okay, so that's the full 7. Yeah, I've been wanting to kind of do this video for quite a while because I just kind of keep forgetting to do it, but there is such a big niche out there of collectors that love these hot lady superhero covers. So normally I do kind of a top picks, but I think kind of beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So just let you kind of choose your whatever ones you think are the hottest, I think is the way you should go, for buying these hot lady covers. But yeah, we'll conclude up here, and you know what, so we got through 7, like my Amazing Spider-Man 607, I don't even think made the cut, and this is another one to consider though. It's about 175, let's call it, in the CGC 9.8, well collected, super hot Black Cat pinup by J. Scott Campbell, but just kind of decided to add a couple other books that I haven't really recommended. This one I've recommended on past videos a couple times, so one to consider, but maybe didn't even make it the cut on this one, because yeah, just really happy with how this list came together. These covers are so hot. Personally, I could, I'm liking the prices on the first 3, like just, right around $100, I think, for Guardians of the Galaxy #1, that hot Gamora. Spider-Gwen #9, around $100, maybe less, for the J. Scott Campbell hot Spider-Gwen. And Batgirl 23, right around $150 to $175 for that classic, Josh Middleton cover. I think, those are kind of a great price range. But yeah, a lot of the other ones are pretty affordable too. So yeah, it was so hard for me to come up with the top picks. But yeah, it's this is certainly a niche that probably has more potential than I think too. Like I did kind of say there that maybe these books aren't investment grade books, but you know, give it some time. Over time, these could just become really collected, and I think the prices could steadily rise. Like, this could be a niche worth looking into and not kind of overlooking or anything like that. So yeah, definitely worth a video, I think. Well, thanks so much for watching today. Yeah, this was a fun one, getting these hot covers together. And I got some ideas for myself too. Yeah, I think maybe 1 or 2 of these I'll end up picking up in the next year or whatever. Not really in a rush or anything to grab them, but okay. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you got some ideas on the video here, and I'll see you on the next one.